Hi, I'd like to say if there are any children watching this to please leave while I speak. I want to say that I appreciate the work that the school board did on policy 3200, and I appreciate the positive statement that they made regarding the cooperative partnership between parents, guardians, the community, and schools, and then that being the key to fostering and improving educational achievement. And I appreciate that you acknowledge that when you develop the principles governing selection of instructional materials. That's a mouthful. But I'm concerned about part of course, of those issues. So D says the material should be educationally suitable, appropriate for the age, maturity, and grade levels of the applicable students. That's a great job there. However, you put that it should not be pervasively vulgar. I'm going to assume that you're using the same principles when governing selection of library collection materials. I assume that, and I listened and I watched as you discussed and you debated that term, pervasively vulgar. I listened to some of the board members talk about the definition or request a definition for that term. I listened to some of the school board members say that challenged books were only a few books with a few selected inappropriate pages. And I even heard someone say, and I'm paraphrasing, that she thought that images referring to a movie were more powerful than what was written and what was read. And so I would like to remind you that a PG-13 movie only allows one curse word, and a PG-17 requires parental presence, of course, as does PG-13. This is a book that is in Wake County Public Schools, and I would like to know if this book would be considered pervasively vulgar. That book is A Court of Silver Flames. I would also like to know about this one, Push. And I ask the public to take a look at that as well. Would this be considered pervasively vulgar? Maybe perhaps this one would be. The Haters, I think someone read from this book recently. Is this pervasively vulgar? I contend that it is. And I contend that when you are purchasing and you are challenging, people are challenging books, that you consider the content, the theme, and the language. This is not a time for students to have a voice in a challenge decision. This is a time when your job is to show your leadership, your guidance, and do what's right. And here is the word count from Lawn Boy, one of your favorites. I don't want to read it for the children's sake.
Our next speaker is Lana Witt, followed by Becky Lew-Hobbs.